And good morning, people. Welcome back to Persona 5 Royal. Things aren't going so well. I think that's the best way of actually putting it. We've been portrayed as murderers because of the incident with Okamura. We need some way to clear our name, but we just don't have any real clues to do it. Our one hope was on Akechi, and he's sort of turned the table on us. He has evidence, and he's using it to force the disbandment of the Phantom Thieves, with one extra little bit for his benefit: finding the actual killer. This person in the black mask. Do we really have any choice against Akechi joining up? He's told us he's a persona user. That waits to be seen. We actually haven't seen him in action yet, but well, we'll see, I suppose. So we've got to make that decision, but that's another time. Also, Sejiro has found the calling card, which belonged to Futaba. She kept it for prosperity. Don't blame her. It's a turning point in her life. But he knows about us being Phantom Thieves now. In one of the good bits about this going forward, he doesn't care. Let's face it, we've essentially brought Futaba back from the brink, and I think he knows that. So, yeah. Let's see what's happening tomorrow.
Sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry for that. As I said, that's something special for you. You asked for that, you got it, and you've been saved because of it. Yeah, you probably should head back before he starts worrying again. As for us, we need to get some sleep. So let's do just that.
That concludes the speech given by Representative Masayoshi Shido, who may be forming a new party. We now resume our coverage of the Phantom Thieves, the suspects for Mr. Okumura's death and others. The police have designated the Phantom Thieves as the country's most wanted fugitives, and have decided to reward anyone with information leading to the capture of the Phantom Thieves. Look. Those who provide information will be offered a reward of 30 million yen. And considering the high amount, it shows how extraordinary the situation has become.
That's a lot of money. Oof. As Ryuji would say, that's a lot of beef bowl soups.
Reward money will be supplied by the police and the families of the victims. Further,
if I report you to the police and they arrest you, I supposedly get 30 million yen for it.
Yeah, so, feeling up to it?
I hope you understand the situation you're in. Even people who didn't have an interest before will be on the lookout for the Phantom Thieves. And it'll happen every day, even at school. Why did this happen?
Well, to be honest, when we first started out, we didn't know it would.
I see. Well, how do I put this? I'm sorry I didn't realize it. It's also my responsibility that this happened. All I can do now is give you shelter. Just don't become desperate and do something reckless, all right?
Yeah, that's the last thing on our mind. Believe us. We're trying to keep it as far away from that as possible.
I won't sell you out. As long as you're here, there's nothing to worry about.
I feel bad about what we've done to the chief. I'm responsible too.
Did you see that reward? Perhaps we put too much pressure on them. With this, the Phantom Thieves have become public enemy #1. Exactly. That will be when their curtain falls.
A very elaborate setup,
Hey, great!
but one that's worked out for them. Yeah, that's a lot of money, isn't it?
We're wanted now. And the reward's 30 million yen? What is this, a comic book? It feels so unrealistic, I can't help but laugh.
We're finally being treated as actual criminals.
I'm positive now. Remember all of those what-ifs I mentioned before? All of this was truly set up. How President Okumura ranked first, the Fad before that, even Medjed. It was all to make the Phantom Thieves famous. On top of that, we were lured to target Okumura. Yeah, the enemy likely planned to lay the blame on us from the start, after we gained popularity.
Then what about everything we've done until now? Are the people whose hearts we changed and thought were corrupt actually not?
No, because of Yusuke and I. The Madarame and Kaneshiro cases were coincidental. Wasn't that the case with Kamoshida too? Considering what happened with the rankings? Only the previous target would have been used to lure us.
What a cheap trick to use.
Cheap? It's nothing of the sort. There's the fake Medjed and the site's altercation. They might have even engineered the Fat around us. So much time and effort has been put into this. President Okumura probably wasn't their only target. Perhaps they intend to place all blame of past and future psychotic breakdowns on our group.
That's why I said we shouldn't jump into things so carelessly. What, so this is my fault? Even you agreed to it in the end. And there was that thing with Haru at the time. How are we supposed to ignore that, huh?
I'm sorry. This was all because I one-sidedly decided that my father was a criminal. All I could think about was my fiancé. If I had only been able to cope with it more calmly. Haru?
It's not Haru's fault. I should have spoken up too when Principal Kobayakawa died.
Damn it! This is bullshit! God! Fuck! Ah!
Ryuji! Taking out your frustration on things doesn't help anyone!
Hey, what do you think? Why did we lose? What did we do wrong?
It's a good question. In the end, maybe it's just down to the fact we lost sight of our true goal.
It's probably because We weren't acting like ourselves.
Agreed. At the time, we only cared about the opinion of the general public.
Yeah, that really is it. I was so caught up in making a name for ourselves. I'm such an idiot! I became a phantom thief because I hated those same kinds of adults!
To think we had begun clinging onto fame and a place to belong, but our eyes had become clouded.
We were meant to be the righteous phantom thieves, but we lost sight of our original cause. I'm so irritated with myself. Makoto.
Damn it! I know that we've been set up, and that I was a complete idiot too! But still, it's so damn frustrating! Of course I want to do something about this!
Yeah. We'll be in deep water at this rate. However, we have no idea who we're up against, and whether they're an individual or an organization.
Furthermore, they must be in a position of power, or have powerful backers if they can go so far.
Are we really a match for this?
Should we end this now? I mean, things might get worse for everyone.
Hey, what should we do?
We've been through this. We've come this far. They have the upper hand, maybe. But we haven't lost. Not yet.
Yeah, running away with our tails between our legs is exactly what they want. We'd be dumping everything we stand for just to save our own asses.
I see.
I take back what I just said. I can't let it end like this. Absolutely not like this.
Looks like we're settled on what we want to do. All that's left is how we go about it. Yeah.
And that comes back to a decision.
Hey, it's me. About me yelling earlier, being framed, and the added bounty, it all felt like such bullshit. I lost it. I'm sorry.
Everyone felt the same way.
Really? That's good. Maybe I haven't changed at all since that time we went up against Kamoshida. I wanted to be a phantom thief because I thought even someone like me could be a hero. It made me so happy to be depended on. Guess it all went straight to my head. I thought I could do anything if it was for justice, but that'd make me no different from our targets. I called them shitbags, but I must be the shittiest of shitbags. I can't even joke about it.
Yeah. But are you going to give up now? It doesn't seem like you.
You're right. I can start by changing who I am now. Thanks. I feel like I can think straight now. Oh, I scared Haru and Futaba, didn't I? I'll have to apologize to them soon. See ya.
Message from Akechi. He's going to come over to LeBlanc tomorrow after school. Seems like that decision I was talking about, we're making it tomorrow. We'll manage. We just got to stick together and get through this.
We've reached a crucial moment. There's no point fretting about it now, though. Let's just stay calm and wait for tomorrow. Okay.
Which means tomorrow needs to come. However, well, we can actually do things in LeBlanc for tonight, strangely enough. So, what's the best thing to do? Well, considering I've been rather anxious and put under a lot of pressure, let's play a game. I could make coffee, but I don't really see the need, and if I remember correctly, curry is off the table because there's no ingredients in the fridge. At least my notes don't say anything about coffee or curry, so I'm not going to follow them. But the game we're going to be playing today is Golfer Saruta Hiko. It's a golf game.
Okay.
So the practice course. You press X to move the bar from the start, and it goes right. And then you press X in the designated area, and depending on where you stop it, it's going to either go into the hole or go close by. It's a golf game. Oh wow. Hole in one. Not quite. So we're stuck in sand. Notice the bars a little bit closer together. That was close. So there we go. First one, not really too bad. It's just about hitting the targets. Yeah, proficiency. This one I feel is a lot easier than the fighting game I played. At least this one I can sort of get a handling on it and actually do it fairly competently.
Nice.
20%.
An issue in which criminals do whatever they want under the name of justice cannot be left alone. Only now does the government speak of taking countermeasures, but their actions are too little, too late. The government as it stands has been left behind the times. It is obsolete. We don't have to go down with a sinking ship. We have the power to change this. Let us end this chaos through my hands and yours.
He's a politician of the ruling party, isn't he?
I heard they're splitting up to form a new party, so an election might come before the year's end.
I'm gonna vote this time for sure. This man has my support.
You haven't voted until now? That's problematic as a member of society, you know.
Politics just never interested me before. But this politician seems pretty amazing. He's passionate and thinks of the future. I mean, someone like that should be prime minister. I'm definitely voting for him.
Well, I suppose that makes sense, since the other politician seems so unreliable.
When you say that you want us to cooperate with you, what exactly do you intend us to do?
That's a good question. But might I have a cup of coffee first?
Quit effing around!
Please keep this short.
There's a bounty for information in addition to the arrest warrant. Those are quite desperate measures. I'm referring to Sai-san's actions. I assume all of you are at your wits' end as well. She must be considerably vexed if she's gone that far. Make headlines with the arrest warrant, then use incentives to get testimonies. It's not a bad method.
The police have nothing on us. There's no way they can make an arrest.
True. I'm the only one who's ascertained your true identities. However, the groundwork for fabricating testimonies and concocting a culprit are underway.
We don't care about that self-gratification. Get on with it.
I'll be blunt. I'm thinking of triggering a change of heart in Sai-san. I've already discovered that she has a palace.
Huh? Really?
Is this to prevent the investigation agency's recklessness?
Precisely.
Still, there's no need to change her heart just for that.
Indeed. It's hard to believe that a single person can fabricate all that.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. What if I told you that those around her would turn a blind eye to false evidence?
You saying the police would do such a thing?
It seems they're more trusted than I thought. Their priority is settling the situation. They don't care who the supposed culprit is.
No!
They're completely rotten!
My objective is to find the true culprit. That must be the case for all of you too. However, the current situation is extremely bad.
If worst comes to worst, someone unrelated will be set up as the culprit, huh?
Our only solution to this is to make Sai-san come to her senses. If she's in her right mind, she can stop this situation. Her sense of justice wouldn't allow it.
So that's why...
The truth will be covered up, and an innocent civilian's life will be destroyed. I can't allow such a thing to happen. My own ethics won't stand for it.
I mean, I guess I can understand how you feel.
And changing Sai-san's heart will be to protect her as well.
How do you mean?
If the true culprit were to learn that she's responsible for the investigation, what would happen? I'm certain they'll aim for her life. She's the perfect target to place blame on the Phantom Thieves. So how about it? Will you agree to my plan?
Even though you're particular about being just, you're willing to get your hands dirty?
It can't be helped in order to ascertain the truth. There is also one more merit in changing Sai-san's heart. She'll be a fine warning to others not to meddle with you any further. They can't go public if someone in the investigation has a change of heart. It'd show their corruption. All that's left from there is for me to discover the identity of the true culprit.
What do you mean?
You're gonna tell us to announce our disbandment once the real culprit is arrested, aren't you?
As expected from a Nijima. So, what do you say? I don't think it's a bad deal for either of us.
Makoto, what's your take on all this?
It's a well-made plan. It even takes putting an end to our team into consideration.
I'm flattered to hear that.
Why are you willing to do all this, Akechi-kun? Why do you seek justice?
Because of sickening human beings. Yes. My contempt for such people drives my sense of justice. It isn't some grand reason like society's sake or some lofty ideal. It's simply an absurd grudge. And extremely personal.
Dude.
You know, doesn't he remind you of us? I can't really explain it, but I guess it's how some disgusting adult pissed him off.
We're similar, hmm? Maybe that's why I thought that I could ask this of you all. Won't you cooperate with me on the mission to change Sai-san's heart?
Let's face it. Do we have a choice?
Thanks. I was actually rather worried there. This mission can't succeed without your cooperation after all.
The Phantom Thieves will be disbanded, and everything will work out. I pray it does.
Mako-chan. I'm okay. I never brought it up until now, but the reason I joined the Phantom Thieves is because I wanted to change my sister's heart. I was hoping I wouldn't have to resort to it, though. I've also known for quite some time that she has a palace.
Why didn't you tell us?
It was too selfish of a reason. Though I was too scared to look any further into it on my own.
Why don't we try going there now to scope the place out? A lot of this will be new to me, so I'd like to get myself accustomed to it too.
I'm sorry. I actually have plans today.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Will you tell your sister about this? Of course not. It's just...
You seem awfully evasive today. Is something the matter?
I just can't make time today.
Let's call it a day then, and resume this tomorrow.
I'm sorry, everyone. Wasn't Makoto acting a bit weird?
Yeah, it is about her sister after all.
Well, I guess that can't be helped. Regardless, it all starts tomorrow. I hope this goes well.
Palace? In me? Not only that, Goro Akechi? Then the Phantom Thieves targeted me as per his advice? And he had already experienced the metaverse by the time of the Okumura case? That can't be. I mean, he never said a word. Although, his attitude did change suddenly around that time. Akechi-kun kept quiet about the most important details, and my own sister may be a Phantom Thief? If this is all true, I was out of the loop the entire time I led the investigation. What a joke. So you became convinced of another's existence through the two mental shutdown cases. And if you were apprehended while falsely accused of those crimes, that villain would still be loose. That's why you targeted me? Not for your own preservation?
That's correct. We don't do it for ourselves. Every single case has been for another.
That does make sense, more or less. If you simply wanted to evade capture, triggering my change of heart wouldn't guarantee anything. Your actions as Phantom Thieves would still be met with hostility. No. If this villain does exist and is setting up your group, I would be targeted next. Did Makoto come up with that speculation?
No, nothing's actually been come up with for that.
Perhaps I'm overthinking things. Hey! You need to keep your focus. It seems you're completely worn out, but the look on your face isn't one of defeat. Why is that?
Maybe because we haven't lost yet.
I'm amazed. It seems you can still talk. When you were arrested, a man at the scene told you that you were sold out, correct? Those words normally hint at the existence of a traitor. However, if your story till now is true, one reason can be concluded. It's frustrating to admit, but at a certain point... No, most likely from the start. I was a mere puppet. Someone set up only to bear responsibility later. Someone intended your arrest, and the minimal staff directly involved were in their pocket. And if that's the case, true integrity would side with you.
Judgment rank 6. Still no bonuses.
All right.
No, I'm jumping to conclusions. I don't believe your story yet. There's something I need to confirm with you. Was a change of heart triggered in me? What happened in the time between entering my palace and your arrest? Tell me everything.
So it seems our end game is fast approaching. We are moving steadily to our arrest and what is currently happening with Sai-san. Let's tell the story.
What's this favor you need? It's late already. We'll be going to Nijima's palace, so I want to look into her. Things like her work ethic and relationships. It doesn't matter whether it's public or private. Those would help us come up with countermeasures in case we hit a roadblock in her palace. I can look up more, you know. Stuff like her repertoire of underwear. A girl shouldn't say things like that. You tell her too.
So, what can you not dig up?
Well, like her history with men. We're phantom thieves! Ahem. Also, I may be overthinking it, but my voice... Ow! Same as always. Let me finish first! There's something else we want you to look into.
What? New progress in the search for phantom thieves. And the opposition party has submitted a vote of no confidence for the current cabinet. Things are moving in the both legislative, the legal world as well as the political world. I wish I could get my voice to actually speak sometimes, but I know the words, just can't seem to get them out. Legislative, there you go. So, where does that put us? At the courthouse. Kazumi Gaseki. Police Department, Ministry of Justice, Public Prosecutor's Office, and Public Security all in the same place? And the Diet Building is near there as well? That's a whole lot of powerful places all in the same area.
So this is the courthouse. You can tell it's a revolting building just by looking at it. Let's hurry up and get started. Akechi, what did you find out?
I rarely get to see Sai-san directly, but I figured out her course of action. On the 20th, an investigation will likely be done at Shujin Academy, as well as the Sakura residence.
For real?
Then that means our time limit is November 20th.
Still, there will be quite a bit of red tape involved. I doubt it'll take place before the 20th.
We'll take your word. For now, we need to focus on infiltrating her palace.
I concur. And we should probably get going soon. After all, people like us standing around here is quite unnatural. Well then?
That's...
Huh? What about my smartphone?
This is the model I wanted! You're so lucky!
I'm so sorry. Until recently, Futaba was actually well...
It's okay. Sai-san told me the gist.
Oh, right! Akechi-kun, it may be best if you exchange contact info with everyone, too. Not just me.
That's true.
Ooh! I'll send everyone's contacts to you later.
Thanks. Well then, I hope we get along. I'll do my best.
You've got a good personality and good looks? Talk about cheating.
She's praising you, I believe.
Then shall we get started?
We need to figure out what Makoto Sis thinks this courthouse is, right?
I often hear her call it a place of competition in which she must always win.
A competition, huh? That sounds like Sai-san.
It'd be unbearable if you were put on trial for a reason like that. Although, a competition means it's a match of some sort. Might it be a martial arts ring?
Conditions have not been met. Then perhaps a stadium? Or maybe an arena? Conditions have not been met.
There are other competitions besides fighting and sports.
Gambling, then. How about a racetrack for horses? Other than that, there's pachinko, but does that count as gambling?
We played cards during the school trip.
Conditions have not been met.
What else is there?
It must be a casino.
Candidate found.
I definitely see Sai-san in you.
Well, it's time we head in then.
Beginning navigation.
Head right past there and keep a low profile. That's it, huh? What's going on here? We are looking at the courthouse, aren't we?
Seems like it.
Let's go. Right.
Wow, deja vu.
The courthouse is a casino.
Everywhere else seems to be a normal cityscape.
Isn't that...
The police station, yes.
I didn't know that the station and the courthouse were next to each other.
Our attire hasn't changed. That must mean we aren't considered threats or hostiles yet.
Right. Areas outside her courthouse palace must not be worthy of her attention.
Wait, I always look like this. I'm special. Besides, I can't do anything in my cat form.
The police station's also part of her work area, though, whenever arrests are made for her cases. I've brought her food and belongings when she was sent on loan to the police.
We got no business with the cops, right? This might be the metaverse, but I don't want to go in a station.
That reminds me. He'll need a code name, too.
Codename?
Phantom thieves can't go around using the real names, right? It ain't cool either.
Just for reference, what is everyone else's?
Skull.
Mine's Fox.
We pretty much decided on them with how we look, didn't we?
What is it, Haru?
Oh, it's nothing.
Then perhaps Karasu will be best for me. You know, like a raven.
Are your clothes all black or something?
The reverse, actually. If our codenames are to hide our identities, wouldn't that be better?
Karasu. He'd be the only Japanese-sounding one. Why not go with Crow instead?
All right. From here on out, you're Crow.
Got it.
Now then, let's head into the courthouse. Now then.
First, an infiltration route. Because, well, that's what we always do. Akechi. Level 45, he comes in at the same level as everyone else apart from Haru and, well, main character, Joker. His persona is Robin Hood. May decrease the SP cost of allies' support skills by half, which is odd since he doesn't actually have any support skills. Go figure. He does have Megadola, Megaton Raid, Cougar, Eiger, Hamion, and Madoon, as well as Fortify Spirit. He is strong against blessed attacks, weak against curse attacks. Nothing seems out of the ordinary, does it? So everything else is pretty much the same, and everyone seems to be strong against one element or force, and well, so same with Robin Hood and Crow. So that's what he has going for him. He is the Justice Persona user. So yeah, and that also does mean that very soon we're going to be able to raise him as a confidant again, because he's now on our team. As for his look, well, we don't get to see it just yet. However, I am going to bring him into the team because, well, to put it perfectly honest, he's actually strong against most of the enemies here. And, well, Arn is coming in, and so is Mikoto. Mikoto because it's basically her area, her sister's area, and Arn because a few of the early enemies are actually weak against fire. Anyways, let's move on and inwards, shall we? Obviously, the front door is not going to work.
Wait!
So, let's head for the side entrance. And by side entrance, I do mean we're going up onto the roof. Because, well, why would a Phantom Thief do anything differently? So, let's go in.
Okay.
So, this means we're acknowledged as a threat, correct?
Dude, you planning on stealing stuff in that getup?
It just means that's what he thinks a rebel looks like.
No. This is my mental image of a person who sticks to their justice.
Well, I think your mask is more apt for piercing rather than sticking. That aside, the people in here look completely normal. But we're in a flashy casino. There's no doubt this is a palace.
Oh, right. Crow doesn't know too much about cognitive beings, does he?
Ah, yes. In addition to similar topography, cognitive people exist based on the ruler's perceptions.
That probably didn't make much sense because all the fancy terms he was using, huh?
In essence, since these look like real people, Sai-san's view of others is surprisingly undistorted. Considering what I see before me, it's difficult to believe it is not actually a real casino.
Not all cognitions are normal, though. In Futaba and Okumura's palaces, we had to battle them. People may look normal, but we should be careful. Particularly of those in positions of power.
Is this what you have to go through every time?
Yeah, it is.
This is a first for me. I'm somewhat nervous.
Just don't slow us down, Crow.
I will not allow that to happen.
Okay, it's time we head inside. Our deadline for this infiltration is November 20th. Any later and we'll get caught in reality. Of course, we'll need to secure an infiltration route before we send out the calling card. As always.
So the calling card wasn't merely for show? It's a necessary step?
Will you please stop interrupting?
My apologies.
Well then, let's go.
Yeah, let's go indeed.
I feel somewhat nervous.
And, well, let's run around and pick up stuff. Hello. Sure. I wasn't actually expecting this. I've run through this little bit, picking up the treasures on the way, and never picked up a treasure demon. To get one from the very first actual break-in thing, I am actually quite shocked. Yeah, okay. With shadow factorization, which we got from Makoto, we can now see what attacks are being nulled, repelled, and drained. If we don't know them, however, if the enemy's attributes affinities are displayed as question mark, the status of the attack will not be shown. So basically, we need to figure out what's going on with them before we can actually do them. I wouldn't be surprised if these are weak against maybe bless attacks, because this is Crow's first time here. But let's run through the lot. Bufula. Okay, Cougar.
Someone take over.
It won't be fire, I'm pretty certain of that, because we've already had fire, haven't we? Okay, don't use physical attacks, and that's the second Gronin. Zeodine? Yes, please.
Amazing, Panther. Don't resist.
We'll take it. Since, well, it's the first time we've seen that, I'll take the Orlov mask. What don't I need anymore? I don't need Hierophant.
That's a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a shock. I've not actually seen that treasure gem before, so I don't actually know what its weakness is. But we'll find out in just a moment, since, well, we just got it. Kind of want to keep that and that. Everything here I really want. Tetrakan and Makara-Khan. Sort of both quite good. I'll take the physical. I'll keep the physical one. Next up is Climate Decorum, which is increases evasion from all affinities during rain or snow.
Okay.
Oh well. Anyway, what was that particular shadows or treasure gem's weakness? Darkness attacks. So the other side of what Crow brings to the table. Okay, so I know for the future now. Some decent skills on it though. All the medium attacks for against all enemies could be useful. Anyways, now that that's done, let's jump over. Yeah, and as you can see, the percentage up the top is 0. We're coming in with this with a clean slate. Okay, that one's empty. Yeah, let's go over to the middle because I do want these things. Okay, can't go that way, so this way is the way to go. And, well, pretty difficult to get through a door with iron bars on it, isn't it? So, yeah, there we go. Oh, liquid mercury. How many of those do I still need? I'm up to 7, I need 3 more. Okay. Well, let's move on. Picked up all the items we can here.
Welcome. Come on out, you petty thieves.
We're caught already.
She can see us?
You're after the treasure, are you not? Come on down and I will tell you where it is.
What? We're not going to fall for a trick like that.
It's not a lie. I only wish to do this fair and square. You aren't going to run, are you?
We should do as she says. There is no point in hiding any longer.
No, she's right there. She can see us. But why do I get the feeling of this isn't... Well, how to put it? This isn't hostile.
So you've come. The treasure is located on the manager's floor at the highest point of this building.
Why are you telling us this?
It's as I said before. I wish to go about this in the fairest manner possible. First, I ask that you come up to my location. We will continue this there.
Damn it! Over there! It seems we'll be able to use that elevator to reach higher floors. Come, Joker. Let us pursue her. Let us get after her, Joker.
Must admit, she was rocking that dress. Right, so these doors all closed. Definitely seems that way. They don't look like they've got places where we can go through. But down below we do have a few things to pick up.
I can feel it.
I found a chest.
Oh. That's not exactly what I would like to see. Confused vials, although good, they're not exactly amazing. Actually, confusion is very good. I just don't really want to use items on that sort of thing.
Joker.
So we're not going through that door yet. Looks like we've got to look on for the elevator. Am I missing anything? I don't think I am. No, it doesn't look like it, so yeah.
Huh?
We are going to make a quick stop here though, because, well, safe room.
Why don't we rest a little here?
And, yeah.
I'll just add this.
Okay.
So let's investigate this elevator and see if we can actually go up.
Please insert your member's card.
Member's card?
Perhaps it bears relation to a players' club of sorts.
I can't handle your technical speak. Just give me it straight.
Casinos typically have a membership system called a players' club. Some locations even have areas cordoned off for particular ranks of player. Considering the setup of this place, I thought things may be similar here.
That'll make this shit simple. Come on, let's join this player thingy.
I would agree with you, but
A shadow!
as I expected, registration will not be such a simple matter.
She must be daring us to challenge the security of this place to make it to her.
Here it comes!
No need to worry. I'll handle this. I need to prove my worth to you after all.
Yeah, we have high expectations of you.
I promise to surpass even such lofty hopes as those. Well then, let us begin. Don't worry, you can leave this one to me. Take them down, Robin Hood! Persona!
Yep, Robin Hood, and I do believe this cruel leopard is weak against light damage. Oh no. I thought it was weak against light. Oh well, doesn't matter. We're just going to go all out on it. Do I need to change out for you from you? No, let's miracle punch it.
Ooh, Joker, you're looking cool.
No. I wasn't expecting the reflect heal there. Oh well. Yeah, he's okay. He's going to do a little bit more later, I suppose. Might well be. Yeah, now we know our way in. We've got our first safe room. We need to prepare for this palace. We can't just barrel in. So out we go. And we'll be back in a few days. Yeah, he seems to be very clued in on how we are doing, but then again, he is an investigator. And a very smart one at that. We really shouldn't take anything for granted with Akechi. Yep, we will. He does need to be there. If anything, he's got to witness what we're doing, but otherwise he will just refute the claims that we've made it. After all, he's the one that's putting the time limit on us.
The crucial moment's finally here. Give it all you've got. Okay.
Yes, there is. Changed up the survey question. Yeah, already up in flames because that bar seems to have been manipulated, just like everything else.
So people are turning on us even in his survey? Our popularity is really at an all-time low.
We'll leave that at the Phantom Aficionado website to Mishima, though. We've got other things on our mind. We are stuck in LeBlanc, and we are going to be spending time here tonight. Yeah, I think we can still do that. I think we've got time to do that on this. Yeah. Let's not sit down and talk to think about things. Let's actually play some golf.
Okay.
Par 3. That should actually finish it. Yeah, I think in this one, if you hit the red, you actually get it in. At least on the first 2 shots, you actually get it in, and the third one is just whatever. If you get it on the red on the first one, I believe it's a hole in one, but I haven't hit it to actually make sure to see if that's actually the case.
Hey.
So, one more level cleared on the golf game.
Nice.
Yeah, so let's call it a night. We just spent some time knowing how to get into a palace, playing golf. Let's see what's happening today. Yeah, the time has finally come. And you're absolutely right. Yeah, leave it to us.
Hey.
And we will be calling everyone when it's time. However, today is not that day. We're actually not going to be going in there for a little while actually. We've got other things on our mind, at least today. Shinja's calling in. And also Yusuke's available, and so is Haru now. Haru is our last confidant that we need to start raising. We'll be getting to her tomorrow. Today, however, we're going to Mementos. I have a whole lot of ID'd cases, 7 of them. And I want to get them done because I think there's 4 of them which are actually blocking progression with our confidants. Without that, we just aren't raise them. So this is what I want to do. This is what we're going to do, and we're going to do that next time. I also need to go to the shops to buy equipment, but I'm not I'm not sure how much equipment I'm actually going to buy. I'll have to look into that. One thing I can do before this part ends though, it's the 30th, it's been 16 days. Let's give it some of the good stuff. So there, yeah. One thing I also do need to quickly note. You remember all those items that were Phantom Thief based? They no longer exist.
Welcome.
As you can see. So you only have a limited amount of time to pick up call-in postcards. I lost out on a few of them because of the thing, and I've just noticed it's the 30th and there's a whole lot of people in Halloween costumes. How did I miss that? How did I miss the Halloween theme on 30th of today and tomorrow? Well played, game. Well played. But yeah, so next time into Mementos, and I'm just going to go around and have a check with all these shops. But yeah, Phantom Thief apparel no longer exists. It was good while we had it, and I did miss out on a couple of opportunities to pick up call-in postcards, but that's past now. Can't get them there anymore. I'm stuck with what I've got. So until next time, have a wonderful day, have lots of fun. Happy Halloween, I suppose.